Join today.
I recently had the extraordinary opportunity to meet the team at Red6, an exceptionally talented group of innovators who are redefining what's possible in the world of fighter pilot training through augmented reality. Red6 is not just leading innovation, they're reshaping how the best of the best are trained. At the helm of this movement is Daniel Robinson, founder and CEO of Red6. A Royal Air Force pilot, Daniel holds the distinction of being the first non-American to fly the F-22. He's also a devoted papa to Lieutenant Petey, and now the subject of the documentary Dawn Ready. Daniel, welcome to the show, and thank you for your service.
Thank you, Nikki. It's great to be here. Good to see you again.
What inspired you to make Dawn Ready?
When Red6 started, most of our test flying was out of Santa Monica Airport. So I'd be airborne out of the airport, turn right, and I'd fly up the coast of Malibu. And I suppose every day I'd be flying over the top of Laird, who inevitably would be in the ocean on a surfboard looking up. What I didn't realize is I was also buzzing over the house of, I think, Laird's manager, who became a close friend. And I think it went from sort of wanting to be a noise complaint to who is that guy? And they kind of tracked me down and reached out. And when they realized what we're doing at Red6 and how we're transforming training and everything in the Air Force, they sort of reached out to me and said, "Hey, I think you and Laird will be good play buddies." And that inevitably led to Red6 and what we're doing here. And so the idea of Dawn Ready, came about.
What qualities do you guys see in each other? And then where do you guys differ?
Yeah, he's a big fan of cold plungers. I hate being cold. I think there was a mutual appreciation of how we've both chosen our individual paths through life. There's one moment I can share with you with Laird. I took Laird flying, and we were out over the coast over Malibu, and he was quiet, and the sun was setting, and it was just a beautiful, picturesque sunset moment over Malibu, and we're ripping along over the ocean. And from the back seat, out of nowhere, the microphone comes on, active, and he just says to me, "Hey, congratulations on a life well lived." And I thought that was a beautiful thing to say. And I think
Awesome.
I think he just recognized that I was living truthfully in that pursuit of my passion of aviation, and that resonated with him. And I think that's common ground from which we built a friendship. So it was a moment I often reflect on, and it's kind of words you kind of, but sometimes it's nice to hear those words every now and again, and it kind of recenters you and you realize that you are living truthfully, and I'm very lucky to do what I do, and I do follow it as passionately as I can. So that was a nice reminder by Laird. I think we have that in common for sure.
Would you say what you do is the result of nature or nurture? And is this something learned or is it instinctive?
Well, I think in my case, it is a combination of both. I think I just have a ferocious drive that is in my DNA, and that certainly comes from my dad for sure. And then I think I was really driven to get away from where I came from and pursue something that I was really passionate about. I think I was really lucky to know from an early age that I wanted to fly, and that was a real lifesaver for me, because it kind of anchored every single bit of effort I had around chasing this one goal. And where I grew up and the school I went to, there were many distractions, and it would have quite easily been easy to be lost. But having this one focus of I wanted to fly, and then, realizing I wanted to be a fighter pilot, and how difficult that was to go achieve, it just kept me focused from a really young age. So I think it was a combination of, a natural predisposition to being driven, and then a relentless sort of pursuit of something that I was really passionate about. And
how has the experience of making this documentary influenced your approach to Red6?
I don't think it particularly influenced the approach to Red6. I think Red6 was happening anyway. It was a lovely way to be able to give some sort of visibility into what it is we're doing at Red6. Yeah. But I go back to that comment. It reaffirmed that, a couple of the rules that I gave myself in life with regards to Red6, where I'd only work on problems that I'm really passionate about, that I think are important to humanity, and I'd only work with people who I really love, that whose values are closely aligned to my own. And we've kind of rigidly tried to adhere to that at Red6. And so I think it was just a really beautiful reminder that I am really blessed to live as truthfully as I live with this company and this team, and most importantly, it reminded me of just the amazing people I'm surrounded with every day.
We'll be sharing more about Red 6 in the near future, but until then, where can our viewers go to learn more?
I mean, the first place to start is our website, red6ar.com. That's red, the number 6ar.com. That's a great place to learn more, and there's a bunch of stuff online. I'm sure you can find us on YouTube, et cetera, et cetera. I used to be on Instagram, but I've taken a good break from it right now, and it's actually strangely wonderful not being on there. So sadly, I'm not on social media anymore.
Thank you, Daniel, and please say hi to Lieutenant Petey for me.